Hello, so I'm going to be real with you. I am not here for your baby. Let's make that real clear. I am here for you. You have probably heard millions of advice of how to look after your baby, how to change their bums, what's their wake window. You may have even been a keen bean and thought, when will my baby say its first word? And everyone tells you that. Nothing can possibly prepare you for motherhood. But I call bullshit. And why? Because when I went searching for how to deal with the mindset of being a motherhood, there was little to no information online. So before I became a mum, I was super mindful. I was that girl that was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going for a run, doing a bit of yoga, writing my gratitudes down, and then obviously when I became a mum, it wasn't going for a run that woke me up at 5 a.m. So I thought, obviously I'll just search, I'll just Google how to deal with the mindset during motherhood. Oh my gosh, I literally got from next to no results. Sorry, no. I did get a few results, and those results would take me back to how many hours of milk should my baby have at 4 months old? If I wanted to know that information, I would have asked that. And over time, I came to realize there was all this information on helping the baby. And there was a lot of information about postpartum depression as well, but there was no general information about the mindset of motherhood and how your perspectives and your life is going to change, and support and how to help you deal with that, to help you navigate that change. So yeah, I call bullshit on not being able to prepare you for motherhood, because they're preparing you practically, but they're not prepared. There's no support out there to prepare you mentally. There's no in between stage of I'm completely happy and I love motherhood and this path was chosen for me, to I have got severe postpartum depression and I don't know how I'm going to get through the next wait window, let alone the day. There's no in between sort of support there. So I thought, what if you could be prepared for motherhood? What if someone was out there preparing you mentally for motherhood? Don't know why I just hit myself in the cheek just then. And the reason why I wanted to put my life coaching into the practice of helping the mum's mindset is because the baby's not just the one that's been born. You too have just been born. You too have to find time, space, love, energy, grace to this new relationship that you're about to meet. And where I feel, well, what led me to my postpartum depression was the fact that I made no time or space for this new person. I was giving my absolute all to Renee, that I left nothing for myself, and I lost who I was through motherhood. But that's another whole video for another whole day. I am here to grant you 3 extremely important questions that every mum should have on speed dial. And then when you have those questions, to be asking yourself on a regular basis. So if you have a notepad, if you have a notepad and pens, then make sure you're writing down some notes. So I have made this listenable. It's a video you can be listening on your way to work, whilst you're on a long car journey, or whilst you're cleaning up, or whilst you're in the bath. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am Patrice. I am a first-time mum. I am a qualified life coach and a pending successful CEO. Affirming it out there. I am obsessed with personal development, so you will probably hear tools, tricks, tips echoing in my videos about personally developing yourself. But my main goal is to crack down on the unveiled mindset of a mother. So please subscribe. It would mean so much to me and my future successful business. I put so much time, love, and energy into helping other mums build on this amazing relationship with themselves and not getting lost in motherhood and becoming the best version of them so that they can be the best version for their little ones. Here we go into the 3 questions that every single mum should be asking themselves on a regular basis, and a little bit about why. So question number one, you should be asking yourself, what are your non-negotiables? You will get lost in the hours, you'll get lost in the days. You will at some stages become delusional. You are going to be running on 3 hours sleep, and you may be eating cereal at 2 a.m. whilst you're watching Love Island. Or you might even be having a little bit of leftover roast chicken at 10 a.m. the next day. But you know this, and we've established that you've been told these things by friends, by family, by the internet. People tell you this, not realizing that they're also telling you that you should accept getting lost in motherhood. But why should you? So don't get lost in motherhood. Find yourself with these non-negotiables. Every Sunday, I want you to pick 1 to 5 non-negotiables that you are going to be doing for yourself that week. They're like mini promises to yourself. Things that your inner you is shouting out for you to do, but you can't hear over the screams of your baby. You can't hear over the roar of your yawns. They're little promises that you hear yourself saying to yourself when you're changing a 3 a.m. nappy, saying, God, I really wished I had time to do this. Oh, God, remember when I used to do that? How lovely that was. So it's time to stop forgetting about you and actioning you. So it could be running yourself a bath, take it one step further. Run yourself a candle-lit bath. Little rose petals, maybe, a glass of wine. Could even be listening to this whilst you're in the bath. And if you're around your partner right now, turn this up. You might even want to get your partner to run you that lovely, hot, well-deserved bath. If you're a reader like myself and you miss just getting lost in a book, no more. Even if you promise yourself just to read 5 pages that week, 5 pages of a book, and I promise you, you're probably going to end up reading a bit more. It could be, a promise I'm going to make to myself this week. A non-negotiable is I'm going to shave my legs or I'm going to paint my nails. Just pick 1 to 5 things, as small as possible or as big as possible, that's going to make you feel good. That's going to give you that feel good feeling. That's going to make you start feeling like you again. And guilty Gabby might start creeping in here, but just know this. When you prioritize yourself, you are subconsciously teaching your little one the importance and the how to look after yourself, self-prioritization, self-love. These are skills that don't get taught in school. These are skills that get picked up by the things your little ones are around. So make sure you are showing them the importance of self-love. Remember, these skills are commonly known but rarely used. And the theta age of anyone is 0 to 7 years old. So if you're sitting there thinking, my baby's not going to really know what's going on at 4 months old, well, the experts wouldn't have said 0 to 7 if they didn't mean 0 to 7. They may have then said 2 to 7 years old because the first years don't really matter much. They mean lots. So to summarize, question number 1, what are my non-negotiables? Every Sunday, pick 1 to 5 little promises that you're going to make to yourself that week, and they're non-negotiables, so you have to stick with them. Number 2, how am I going to honor each emotion? Oh boy, the overwhelm is overwhelming. I remember constantly feeling fine until I wasn't. I was subconsciously putting each emotion that I was feeling to the side because I didn't have the time nor the energy to acknowledge it, to honor it. Sometimes I wasn't even aware that I was dealing with this emotion, even though it was still showing up in my reality. I would sit there and I'd be having like a good day, and all of a sudden I would just cry. And yes, of course, I know you have hormones racing through your bodies from the beginning of pregnancy, but we shouldn't just be expecting this. We should be having like an action plan ready, so when these hormones do play havoc in our system, we're like, I know what to do. I ask myself this question regularly. How am I going to honor each emotion? And the answer to that question is, drum roll please, you create yourself a sacred space. Now, what is the sacred space? It's a place that you create which is so sacred. It's so chilled. It's full of like positive things. It's full of calming music. It's full of a scent that just makes you feel good. So go to the shop and don't just pick a nice one. Like really smell these candles and pick the one that makes you feel, you'll know the feeling. It just makes you feel like and go through your playlist and pick a couple of songs. It could be instrumentals, it could not be, but just songs that just make you feel again. And you may have a teeny tiny flat like myself, but it doesn't have to be in a place where you have to constantly move something around and put it back afterwards. You could create this space in your mind. You could just go into the corner of a room, get a couple of candles, and then just close your eyes and picture that space in your mind. The point is that you're going to create a sacred space that you can go to every couple of days, once a week maybe, where you just feel each emotion that you may not have even known you buried, and you can allow it to come to the surface whilst you're in a positive place to deal with it, acknowledge it, say hi, thank you, bye, next. So whatever this place is, make it positive, make it kind, make it calm, make it you. And make sure no one else goes there. This is your place. And if you want me to speak about my sacred space with you and run through all the things that I've picked, well then just let me know in the comments and I will happily do a video showing you around my beautiful calming space. Oh, and also, whilst we're on the subject of honouring each emotions, I have come across one too many times mothers saying that they go to the loos to cry, they always holding their tears back in front of their little ones. Why? Why are we doing this? Who told us to do this? Hello? Our babies do not hold back crying in front of us. So why are we doing it in front of them? Would that be something we'd teach them to do? Do you think that the only sign of sadness is water running through your eyes? No, it's the aura that you're presenting, it's the energy that you're giving off. Just think to yourself, what would you say to your little one if they were feeling sad? Would you say, quickly go into the toilet, make sure no one can hear you, make sure no one can see you, and cry, and then come out and make sure that you look as good as possible? Do not let off that you are sad. No, we need to stop doing this. You are saying to your little one is, don't cry in front of people, especially loved ones. Don't go and cry in front of them. Hide your emotions. That is not a lesson that you want to be teaching yourself nor your little one. Have that cry in front of your little one. It's okay. Just make sure you are showing them straight after how to come back from that emotion. You're going to be like, right, shake it off, big smiles. God, I just really felt like a nursery teacher then. Big smiles, everyone. So yes, show them and yourself that any place is an okay place to honour each emotion. So to summarise, question number 2, how am I going to honour each emotion? You are going to create a sacred space that is calm, positive, and it's yours, that you're going to visit every few days, once a week, and you're just going to go run through your mind quickly, see what it is you've been saying to yourself. Are there any hidden emotions that I've brushed to one side that I want to bring to the surface while I'm in this good place? And also stop crying behind closed doors and let the emotion out wherever you are. Question number 3. We're here already. There's so many more. But no, question number 3. How do I even start building a positive relationship with moi? You think, and you probably have just tried going straight into it, and you're probably starting every Monday. There's probably been, on average, 50 Mondays you've restarted. And no, I'm not telling my own story there. No, I am. I'm fully telling you my own story there. After giving birth, probably about 6 months after, I was like, okay, I'm going to go for this run. I can't wait. And I had to stop because my vagina hurt. And that was a new one. So I was like, okay, a few months later, let me retry then. And I just kept trying to go back to the exercising. I kept trying to, complete my course and qualify as a coach. And I kept trying to do the action whilst I was completely forgetting about the mindset. So then I had to really break everything down and think, what's not working here? And what wasn't working, it was the want to do it. I knew I needed to. I knew I needed to do the actions to get to the desired me. But what I was completely forgetting about was mindset, because if you take everything back right to the beginning, where does everything start? It's like everything starts with a mindset. And let me break that down even more for you. So you have a reality, a desired reality that you want, right? You think the action will get you to the reality. Well, yeah, it probably will. But what comes before the action, and what comes before that, and what comes before that? Every thought you have starts off in this beautiful thing, which we like to call our mind. And every thought influences your actions, right? And actions repeated consistently over an amount of time become your habits. And it's your habits that become your reality. So if you want a good reality, you need to have good habits. You need to look at what your habits are every single day. If you want good habits, you need to look at what are your consistent actions. What actions are you taking a lot? And if you want good actions, well, those come from good thoughts. And if you want good thoughts, well, they start off in the mind. So when you ask yourself that question, how am I going to even start working and building a relationship with this new me? You don't start on your actions. Start on your mindset and have some sort of release, knowing that, okay, this Monday, I don't need to go on that hour run. I don't need to do this and I don't need to do that. What I need to do is set myself some time to hone in with what I'm saying to myself. Set yourself some mindfulness tasks. What you can do there, just bigging myself up there, is you can subscribe to me, because a lot of my videos will be based on personal development and, of course, mindset. But most importantly, it will all be related to the motherhood journey. So I am here to help you. So make sure that you are helping yourself by filling your day up with podcasts, with books, with a positive feed on your social media, following the right people, and just work on your mindset. So to summarize, question number 3, how do I even start with building a relationship with this new me? Well, you look at your mindset. And I'm going to give you one insight into my mindfulness journey and how I started it and how I made that a consistent, repetitive pattern so that it turned into my reality. And this is something that we can all do, especially us mothers, because let's be honest, we don't have the time, do we? But we do have 5 minutes. I promise you, you do have 5 minutes. Just pretend that you'll go into the poo, whatever, and take this into the bathroom with you. It is the 5-minute journal. And just to hone in on the point I told you a moment ago, it says it here: we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but it's a habit. But no, honestly, this is just brilliant. And to be fair, it doesn't even take me 5 minutes. It takes me about 3 minutes. And I'm going to be real, I didn't see the effect straight away. But I knew that it's like when you go to the gym. You're not going to go to the gym for a week and come out with abs. You have to be patient with these sort of things. And patience is practiced throughout motherhood. So please, please give it a try. I don't know how much it is because it got given to me as a gift, but I'll link it below for you. Go and have a look, buy it, and just give it a go. There we go. Make that a non-negotiable. There's your first non-negotiable. You're going to buy yourself a little journal that's going to help you. So that's a wrap. God, this is my first YouTube video. Please, please, please let me know how it was. Let me know in the comments. Do that subscribe thing. It will massively help me. Apparently the algorithm loves it. Make sure you are tagging your mum friends and join the new mumhood. Like this is the newer version of motherhood. This is where we prioritize ourselves so that we can show up as our best selves for our little one. But also let me know what your non-negotiables are going to be. Let me know the answers that you have to some of these questions, but don't just let me know. Let the mumhood know. Share the tips. We are one. We are mothers. We are amazing. Oh yeah. Oh. And go and treat yourself. You deserve it. You really do. You can have an amazing, beautiful day. Put the alert on so you don't miss out on my next video. Mwah.